Hit that subscribe button, guys, for the latest in boxing. So, Tyson Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, some people call him Snake Eyes. I don't know why, but again, I don't really know the history of Frank Warren, but apparently he's some type of snake. But he says that the winner between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury would be the number one heavyweight, or the number one at heavyweight. This is what he claims. Do I agree with this? Absolutely not. I cold-heartedly not agree with this at all. Because as far as I'm concerned, the winner of this fight would not have all the belts. As far as I'm concerned, the winner of this fight would only be the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. If Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury, he would have beaten a former unified champion in Tyson Fury, but he wouldn't have gained other belts. He would have just defended his WBC belt. If Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder, he would gain the WBC championship of the world. That's one belt. He would still need to fight Anthony Joshua, and if he were to beat Anthony Joshua, then and only then would I consider him as the number one heavyweight. I've said this before and I'll say it again, and I will continue to say this until somebody beats Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is the number one heavyweight, and the only way you will have me saying otherwise and me saying that no, this other guy is the number one heavyweight is if this other guy beats Anthony Joshua. And this includes any heavyweight. If Wilder wants me to consider him the number one heavyweight, he has to fight and beat and dethrone Joshua. If Tyson Fury wants me to consider him the number one heavyweight, he has to fight and dethrone Joshua. If Jarrell Miller fought Anthony Joshua tomorrow and beat Anthony Joshua, I would be going around saying that Jarrell Miller is the number one heavyweight. If Dillian White fought and beat Anthony Joshua tomorrow, I would be going around saying that Dillian White is the number one heavyweight, because that's how it works with me. I don't look at fighters with padded records, fighters who defend their championship belts against a bunch of shit level opposition as the true heavyweight champions of the world. I just don't do that. I look at fighters who defend their belts against legit contenders, who actually have the courage to unify with other champions and, win other belts. I see them as the true champion. So that's who I consider the true champion. Because, I'm not blinded to the truth. I'm not blinded to the truth. And this is why I claim, and I will continue to claim, that Anthony Joshua is, in fact, the number one heavyweight. And I will not change this opinion because a promoter in Frank Warren wants us to change our opinion, wants us to believe this. I will not change my opinion because a fighter like Deontay Wilder wants us to believe he's the number one heavyweight. And I will not change my opinion because Tyson Fury wants us to believe that he's the real champion. Because I have eyes and I see and I have high standards and I have my own way of thinking. And the way I'm thinking is Anthony Joshua put in the work. Anthony Joshua took the risky fights. Anthony Joshua got the belts. You want to be considered the number one heavyweight? Beat him. Beat him. It's as simple as that. The winner of Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, would either would have just defended his belt, which is of course Wilder if he were to win, or B, would have just won or become a new champion at heavyweight, or a champion again at heavyweight, which is of course Tyson Fury. It's a decent win, good win for either one of these guys, particularly Tyson Fury, because it would be a lot more impressive for him beating, Deontay Wilder at this stage in his career than Deontay Wilder beating him. So yeah, it's a good win for them. I'll look at that like, okay, I like this victory. Good guy to have in your resume. Decent guy. Well, in my opinion, it's better to have Deontay Wilder. I mean, it's better to have Tyson Fury in your resume than Deontay Wilder in your resume. This is my opinion, but That's not going to make you the number one heavyweight. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.